Hey, y'all, you could be committed, faithful, and living together, but you can still feel lonely in your marriage,
And loneliness don't always just come from betrayal. It often comes from emotional distance.
right?
So in this episode, this is for couples who still love each other but don't feel close anymore.
And we're going to talk about that on today. But before we get into that, I'm Nikki,
And I'm George,
and
and
this
this
is
is
the
the
G
G
Way
Way
Podcast.
podcast.
Let's get into it,
Let's go.
y'all. All right, y'all, we back. How was y'all New Year's?
Yeah, how was it? How's it going
We had
already?
a good
New
New
Year's.
Year's. Hopefully, everybody had a blessed holidays, Christmas, and all those good
Yes.
things. Let's take this 2026 seriously,
Take it,
right?
y'all.
I'm
Take
glad
it.
to see y'all. We've been missing y'all, and we back. So today's topic, right? It is married but lonely. That's crazy, right? How you married but you lonely?
Lonely.
But we're gonna talk about that. Why emotional distance is growing in modern relationships. The first thing is what married but lonely really means, right?
Mhm.
Okay, we listed some things that me and George came up with. It's not about being single in marriage. It's about not feeling emotionally known. Conversations stay surface level.
Mhm.
You stop sharing thoughts, fears, and dreams.
Yeah.
Like those are the signs of that, right?
Yeah.
The numbers of that.
3 signs of emotional distance that is growing in y'all's marriage. Silence feels safer than honesty. You talk logistically, not feelings. You feel unseen or unheard. You stop reaching out emotionally,
Mm.
and intimacy feels forced or like a routine. And you miss who you used to be together.
Together.
Yeah.
Wow.
So which one stand out to you
The one that I feel like everybody be doing is when it comes to the you feel unseen or unheard. Because
Mhm.
mostly I'm gonna speak from a woman's perspective. Like if we don't feel like we are being heard from our spouse, then we started feeling like it's a distance between us because we talking about some stuff and we not thinking or feeling like we being heard. So that would be one that sticks out to me.
Okay. That's a good one. I feel like sometimes like when you continue to be intimate,
I
you
already
know,
knew me is gonna be
you can start feeling forced, like
yeah,
even
like a
just by
forced
the
feeling between.
yeah,
Okay.
it's like a force feel, like I gotta do it now,
Hmm.
versus like I want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that can happen too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one is why this is happening more today. Like I hear a lot. We hear a lot of things of like this.
Why
Is
things like
more is
this happen?
happening, and
Yeah.
so we listed some things that we had came up with, and this is the first one: mental load and burnout,
Mm,
because it's a lot that you're trying to deal with. So that is one thing. Phones replacing presence. So everybody on their phone now, looking at their phones and not being able to speak with their spouse. Survival mode in marriages. Like we just doing something to get to the next year to survive in our marriage. Unprocessed trauma. Like you have unprocessed trauma that you bringing in from previous relationships and it's starting to surface. Different growth speeds. One person growing faster than the other one, or the other one not growing at all. Emotional exhaustion. Like tired, he's
wore
just
out.
worn out.
Yeah.
Lack of emotional safety. Like you don't feel safe when it comes to your emotions with your partner. And then last but not least, faith or identity shifts.
Mm,
Like you're not holding God in your marriage, first
yeah.
of all, and then your identity shifts, right? So which one would you say that you feel like everybody is starting to have that you be hearing people speak of the most?
Um. Sometimes I hear mostly ladies emotional exhaustion, like they tired of being
Oh,
emotional,
yeah,
tired of having to cry, tired of having to be mad, tired of having to yell
all of that.
and all those things, and then they just
Hmm.
get burnt out and they be like, I'm tired of
Yes.
this. And I think that be a big part of it, like when you just tired of something.
Yeah, because we are really like emotional anyway,
Hmm.
most so are the men.
Yeah.
So when we just in our feelings and we just worn out, We just exhausted. Everything's shift. We not happy. If we not happy, because I know they say happy wife, happy life, but it's both have to be happy.
Yeah.
But we make things move more, I would say. And
We
not to
gon'
say less of a man move,
yeah,
but our emotions not right, we just gonna be nothing's gonna be good.
yeah.
So my thing is the phones
Mm,
replacing presence, because I feel like we in a world with social media, we have social media everywhere. Like it's we got
man, don't even say
online,
it.
just all kind of things. And I feel like more people don't know how to end up putting their phones down to speak with one another. And like with me and George, if we go on a date, we make sure that our phones are put away, because this is the time for us to connect and speak with each other. We're not trying to be on the phone looking at our phone. We want to make that eye contact and talk to each other. And I feel like a lot of couples are starting to like drift away from when it comes to being there like without the phone, like looking in to see what's the next stuff,
Going
just the
on.
phone period.
Yeah,
Like put it down sometime,
yeah.
like when you trying to deal with and connect with your
I
spouse.
think, and I think when you do say that,
Yeah.
it changes a lot because I'm already got my attention on the phone when I got there. So when I get there, you know,
Hmm.
when I'm there, I'm still on my phone. So when you say, we not having the phones, I think that's a big thing. And if
Yeah.
most couples, they do
Cause,
that
Cause
and
I
notice
know
that
he be
the
trying to
phone
check
is
the
a
scores
distraction. Yeah.
when it's football's in
Yeah.
season and all that, and I be like, babe, you already know, but we not doing that. So it's not like I have to like remind him all the time, but when it's sports time,
Oh,
he
y'all
want to
be
try to
watching.
check it out, but he end up putting it away, and we end up having our date nights. All right, now we're about to get into our segment when we do George valuable
Valuable notes.
notes.
Okay.
Let's go, George.
All right. Here goes some of my valuable notes I'm leaving with everybody today. Uh, I started with today with surround yourself with like-minded people. And if you are married, you should always have some married friends that are doing the right things in their marriage as well. I feel
Mm.
like that's important
Yeah.
because things that you do rub off of you, and
Mm-hmm.
people that you are around rub off on you as well. So
Right.
you always want to make sure you got some good like-minded folks that's married if you are married, and y'all doing the same things, because then you jail and y'all both focusing on
Yeah.
what's right.
That
Right.
goes to the old saying where they say
Hmm.
you become who you hang around. Like,
Yeah.
it's not saying you
Yeah.
can't control yourself, but you more to want to like put yourself around positive. I would
Positive
just say
folks. Yeah.
positive at all.
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
that. So yeah, that was my
Mm.
first one. And my next one is keep finding ways to grow. Try doing things that you haven't done together in your relationship.
Okay.
And when I say that, I'm saying like you don't always got to go to the same place
Mm-hmm.
for a date. You don't always got to go do the same thing for each other. Just try sometimes something new, because
Mm.
you never know what you can feel about, something else that you tried that's different
Okay.
because you haven't done it. So I feel like, just the optimistic of not doing something yet and doing something different or new always makes it better for both of y'all.
All right.
All right. And my last one is if you have a family, make sure you keep time for family time.
Mm.
It always helps everyone to keep that bond together as a family. And we have our family, and we try to keep our family
Mm-hmm.
together. And she always makes sure that we come together. I do as well. I'm always with that, but we do feel like family is first,
Mm-hmm.
and I always make y'all family a part of the marriage, a part of everything that y'all do, so that they can see the right things.
Okay.
You know,
And that's it.
that's it for
All
today.
right. Let's give it up for George valuable notes.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all know it's time to get into
Nothing
nothing but
but the
the
real.
real. Let's go. Okay, so we talked about all the things beforehand, right? So then we're going to talk about the danger of emotional loneliness, right? It's always something like when we're going to bring the real part of it. So is resentment grows quietly, like that's the danger part. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just talk about. Well, I'm gonna just listen. Then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Okay, temptation increases. Emotional affairs start with being understood. Disconnection feels normal until it's permanent. So this is not blame, it's awareness, right? So
Mhm.
these are the things that can happen when you know it's in danger, like
Yeah.
when you know danger is emotional, all of that. And we would say the first one is resentment grows quietly, and that means like if y'all not speaking about things that happened previously or altercation or anything that you didn't speak of, it could turn into resentment, and it can go quietly because you didn't speak on it, right? So then another part is the temptation increases.
Temptation does increase on that because you ain't getting it from
Mhm.
who you feel like you're supposed to get that excitement from
Yeah, connection
or the
wise,
desire, and then
intimacy.
you'll look
You know,
somewhere else to find something.
temptation can be all those things like
Yes,
intimacy, you
all that
connecting, or you looking
connection.
towards some attention from another person because
Yeah,
you're not getting it at home. You know, and then that goes into emotional affairs start to be happening because you, even though you're not having a physical affair with someone,
yeah.
you can have emotional
Emotion,
affair, and when
mind
it
trick.
goes to being with a coworker or whatever, those things can take place if you're not making sure.
That'll have your mind tripping,
Mhm.
thinking that you need to be doing a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that you don't supposed to be doing. So
Hmm.
yeah, those are
Okay.
good. Okay, so next is common mistakes that couples make, and here are some of them. You can wait until things get worse. You can assume your spouse knows already.
Mm.
Um, thinking distant will fix itself. Some people think that thinking, what I'm saying, the way they think is gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And then confusing peace with connection.
Mm.
There is a difference between having peace and having that connection. So sometimes
Yeah.
people confuse that.
Hmm.
And also avoiding hard conversations. So
That
those are
that's
some of the
that's a
things.
big part
Yeah.
because people don't want to talk about things when it gets to rough patches,
Mhm.
and you avoid those conversations because I know a lot of people. Excuse me, y'all.
They go through those things and they don't even speak about
They don't
the
want to
things that
get
need to
when
be
the when
talked
the
about.
when the marriage get hard
Yeah,
because it's not gonna always be peaches and cream. We tell y'all all the time
yeah,
it's gonna be some growing pains where
yeah,
you got to go through it, and it may be some hard conversations that need to
yeah.
be had to get back
Even
to
when guys get
talking.
vulnerable, they'll never really want to speak about that
Yeah,
side of them.
yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
like we get vulnerable too, but
Yep.
we don't know how to explain
You
it.
gotta be able to tell your spouse, and then don't wait until it get worse. Like, don't wait until it get to that point where it's hard to, like, to come and talk to you.
Yeah,
Like, I always tell
yeah,
George, we always tell each other in our marriage, like, if it's something that needs to be talked about, don't worry about the feelings that's gonna take place. Just know where it's gonna go.
yeah,
Like if you bring it to me or what we're gonna talk about. And that goes with assuming your spouse knows because I might think he knows something, he might think I know something, or and it's not that. I don't know what he's talking about. He might, and I might think, so it's the assuming part that can really make mistakes that you making within your marriage, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the other part is how to rebuild emotional closeness, right? So it's always something that's we're gonna give y'all to help y'all out, right? So these are the things that we feel like can be some tools to help rebuild that emotional part that's closing out within your marriage. Ask better questions.
Mm,
Cause I know a lot of people that I talk to that talk to don't like to ask questions. Like they don't like to ask their spouse questions. And that's the problem. Like if you can't ask your
yeah.
spouse the question, like what is
How you
that?
gonna find out what
Like
you
what is
need?
going on? You that goes
Yeah,
back to thinking that they know what's in your head and you gotta ask, right? Create emotional check-ins. Like that is real big because we go through a lot of things throughout the days, the
days,
months,
all that.
all that. So we would say at least check in. If you don't do it every day, it makes sure it's like once a week at least to check in and see, hey, what's going on with you? Like,
Yeah,
are you okay? Is there some things that I can help? Like like let's check
we
in
know
with one
throughout the
another.
day things change. You can wake up early and be in a good mood, and
Yes.
by evening time, you in a
Hmm.
worse mood. So
Yeah.
I always check,
I always
make
check
sure.
out, right?
Hmm.
And then the other one would be share internal thoughts again. Like you see it, we had put on there again because I know starting off within a relationship in a marriage, we all have all the things that we want to talk about. where we want to go in our marriage, like what is the goals and all, because we excited, right? Because it's fresh. But you want to be doing that throughout. So you if you haven't been doing that, you need to start back doing that. And then validate before fixing. Like validate what's going on with y'all. Like before, because I have to know what it is
What's the problem?
so we can fix it.
Yeah.
And that goes to like all of those things again, asking questions, talking about it. And you got to be able to do that to be able to fix something. Repair after conflict, not wait.
Yeah.
So after conflict, I know some people might not be mature enough in their marriage where they can do it the same day. We are. We could do it within probably about 30 minutes, an
Very,
hour.
very
Because we told ourselves we're not going to let no conflict linger on in our marriage because it creates worse, worse by the
Mhm.
time. Because the devil wants y'all to not be connected. So if you let it, whatever the conflict is, without repairing it, linger on, it's going to be hard to
Not gonna
fix it.
it's gonna
So we when
very
we
difficult.
it's not easy, to just start fixing stuff off top. But once you get mature in your marriage or you grow and you learn each other,
Yeah.
you can be able to do
You
that.
can do
And
it.
I promise you that'll be better than waiting till the next day or a couple of days later to talk about something that could have been addressed at that moment. And protect time without distraction. Get that alone time.
Yeah, you need to have that time to where you can both speak
Mhm.
and get the things that come about that makes y'all, get distracted from the goals or the plans that y'all have together. So hear him out and he, he need to hear her,
Yeah. Eh,
together.
without distractions.
Yeah. That's right.
That's what we saying. Like when
Right.
we talk about distractions, we span
Yeah.
get some alone space
Yeah.
to talk. Away
Yeah.
from the children, away from the TV, away from the
All
phones,
that. Everything they
all of
doing,
that.
just be in the way. Get away from
And that goes to relearning each other.
it. Mhm.
Because sometimes we grow and we might outgrow
Yeah.
the other one,
Yeah.
like the other spouse.
Yeah.
And you might have to relearn that
That
person.
person. Because
Like
just like
because
we were,
how we were when we were
yeah,
younger. Like
it's,
me
yeah,
and George been together since we were 17,
17,
and now
18
we
years old. We
in our
way
40s.
different.
So we had
Yeah.
to relearn
Yeah.
every little
Yeah.
milestone. Like, hey,
Yeah.
who is this version of you?
Right.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with it. Like, hey, I'd rather for me or us to be like, okay,
Yeah.
what is new?
Yeah.
It is that like it's kind of sound crazy, but it's
Yeah.
like
It's it's
it's a
it's
fun
it's fun
situation when
because it's
you're like, okay, I like the fact that
something
you
else.
doing this now,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
growing and we doing this now. Like, okay, so yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And here are some of the questions that some of y'all may have. These are some that come up, in these situations. First question could be, what's been heavy for you lately? You can ask
okay,
this question to your spouse.
yeah.
Um, Another one, what do you need me to do? That could be a question that you can ask.
What do you need more from me?
Yeah, what you
Like,
need more
what
from
do
me.
you need from me?
Yeah. If I'm not giving
Now
enough,
that's a
then what
big
more?
question
Yeah,
because like
what more from me do you need?
what do you need? Like a lot of people, like we going back to assuming something. But you won't know unless you ask that question.
Yeah,
What do you need from me?
right.
And that's not, you see how that was? That's not even hard. Like,
Yeah.
what do you need from
What else?
me?
Yeah, what you need
Like,
from?
yeah.
What more do you need from me?
But yeah.
Because you done gave something, so it may be more that you need
Yeah.
to give. So find out what more do you need
Hmm.
from your spouse. Okay. And the last question is, where do you feel unseen at? Ask
Yeah.
your spouse if she's unseen, if he's unseen. Where you feel unseen at? Where you
Yeah.
feel like I don't see you at?
Yeah.
If I feel like you giving me some effort
Hmm.
and I'm not letting you know that,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna ask you, hey, where you feel unseen? You
And
know,
that's a big deal
yeah,
because, like, when you say unseen, that's mean unheard,
unheard,
like
yeah,
not valued
yeah,
enough. Like, where is it? Like, what is it?
yeah,
And those are the things when we listed that, it's like, what, where, and what is where, like where,
hmm
what is it, and where can we
where can
fix
we
it?
fix it at?
Like those are the things that we
Yeah,
saying. Like, ask your person. Like,
yeah,
don't be ashamed, don't be afraid to do those things because it's important,
mhm,
right?
right,
And so we always have a scripture with this.
yeah,
So the scripture that we chose is Genesis 2:18. It is not good for a man to be alone. And with the reason why is marriage was designed for companionship,
companionship.
not just commitment. Emotional unity matters.
Yeah,
God values connection, not just endurance,
exactly.
right?
Yes.
So y'all know we don't always talk about those things because we feel like another thing is
You know.
God got to be in that marriage.
Right.
Because if you have God involved, first of all, with your marriage, you're never going to be feeling lonely because He's going to give you that knowledge and the thought process, all the things that you need to be able to have your marriage. Because I know when you have those things in place with God in it, you
Mhm.
know, you destined for greatness. Your marriage is destiny is going to be able to flourish,
Yeah.
grow,
It can
all of those
survive
things. It can
the
survive
trials and
all the trials and
tribulations. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They gonna
Mhm.
come.
Yeah.
So
So with that is loneliness
doesn't always mean that your marriage
marriage
is
is
failing.
failing.
Yeah. It
It means your
means your connection
connection
needs
need
to be
attention,
having
right?
some attention.
So we have some things that we want to encourage with y'all to
Mhm.
do is have honest conversations.
Yeah.
Not now don't be worried about feelings and hurt and
Yeah.
have that honest conversation, y'all. This is 2026. We getting real
2026.
good. We get real in the real with these marriages because if y'all cannot be honest with one another, that's a problem. So you got to learn how to have that honest conversation. And we not pressuring y'all to just jump into this because you got to do small steps.
You gotta do small steps. Don't
Because
skip the small steps.
if you started off
Mhm.
and you in your first, like back the previous podcast episode when I talked about the different levels of marriage, like if you're in your 1 in 5 years, I would expect for you to not be able to just jump into a lot of these things
Mhm.
that we're talking about. If you could get your hand in that jar early,
Mhm.
I
Yeah, that'll
prefer
be a
you to
good
do
thing.
that because that's going to help strengthen your marriage for the
The
years to
years to
come,
come.
right? So, and then the grace part. Grace has to be part of the process. Like it has to be because you're not just gonna be learning all of these things and be able to just have problems and go through this without having grace.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we might not feel our best or whatever, and we need to say, "Hey, I don't get it this time. I don't have the answers." All of those things. But if you
Or
start being able to talk,
talk or
and,
pray
yes,
together, it's
yeah,
going you're gonna find a way through.
hmm
So yeah,
yeah,
fix it. You can fix it. You can find ways to figure out, how to fix y'all's,
how to fix it
issues,
because it's
problems.
necessary, y'all.
Yeah.
And we want marriages to be more connected
Right.
in 2026. So we're going to be discussing about all of these things. And if you have any questions about anything, y'all know we always here for y'all to help.
Right.
Y'all can send us a message, inbox us, text
Yes.
us on the social platforms,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to answer y'all questions because we working on 2026.
Mhm.
We working on making sure
Yeah.
more marriages are connected
Yeah.
because
We
I
feel
know
like
some people are
we part of
married
that.
and they feel lonely
Hmm.
and they feel like where's my spouse at? Like we don't
Hmm.
we don't meet, we don't align with one another, and we're gonna be helping y'all
Yeah.
along the way,
We feel
right?
like we are part of the mission to help marriages,
Yeah.
in
hmm
this year and years to come. So
So yeah.
yeah,
So I already know. With that being said, it's
it's
only
only one
one
way,
way,
and
and
that's
that's the G
G way.
way. We love y'all. Peace
We
out.
out.